Thanks for having me here, guys. I'm excited for this. Um, Quick intro. My name is Mahesh Murthy. I'm the founder of Karma. Sam briefly touched on Karma Gap towards the end of his presentation. So that's us, Karma Gap. We're excited to kind of partner with DAOstar um, more. So let me share my screen. Let me know if you guys can see my screen.
Yep.
Sweet. Yeah, so we have built this product. It's an open source, it's a public goods project. It's called Karma Gap. Gap stands for Grantee Accountability Protocol. So the core idea of the way this started out as you all know, hundreds of millions of dollars is given out in grants every year. Maybe it runs in billions now. One of the biggest challenges, there was no clear accountability. Here you're like giving out all this funding. Where is the money going? Like, did the projects deliver on what they promised? How do you track it? What was the impact it had on the ecosystem? There's no clear way to measure this impact. So there were all these problems. So we said, okay, like how can we solve this problem? So we built this on-chain protocol, which is actually built on top of EAS. Shout out to, I see Bryce here. We heavily leverage EAS. I'll go through how we use it, how we built the protocol and the product. But the core idea is for grantees. It's like a project resume. You create this project profile on chain as attestation, and then you share all your updates and all the grants you have received, the work you have done, everything on our platform. And for the admins and the community, you are funding these projects, so you get visibility into what is happening. So that's the core idea behind the product and the protocol. We have a number of communities who are actively using our application today. So these are like some of the main applications. So we have this concept of communities. So Cello is a community, like a region coordination is a community who are all like using our projects, our application. So to date, we have around 36 communities who have created about 4,000 projects. There are 4,000 projects like using our platform. About 6,000 grants are being tracked today, and they all have posted around 6,300 or 7,000 updates today. So the best way to look at see our product and what it does is let's go to one of the communities. So here, for example, is a Cello community page, which shows all of the projects in their ecosystem. So they are tracking around 378 projects. So all of these projects, they go into our platform and they create their project profiles and they start sharing updates and things. So you can see one of the beauty of this is we aggregate projects across various programs. So Cello runs this monthly proof of ship programs. So you can go into each of this proof of ship program and see what are all the projects which were there. They have created milestones. They've been posting updates on these. So, and there is another group within Cello who gives like growth grants. You can see that there's like another group which runs this proof of impact. All of them are like under one umbrella. Like there's one project for all of them. So for example, if you go to a project, say Sovereign Seas, here is their project profile. Like you can see every piece of this information is actually stored on chain. Tomorrow, if Karma just disappears, it's all there. It's still there. Someone can just spin up. The code is open source. Contracts are out there. It's open source. Everything is there. So someone can easily spin up and continue to use it. So you can go endorse like them on chain. You can see they have received these many grants and things. You can see all of their updates, all the milestones they are completing for each grant they have received. Everything is here. You can see in one place all of the funding they have received, all of the programs they have participated, all in one place. Look at all their, let's see if they have any milestones here. So you can see all the milestones, updates. Again, I just want to reemphasize, like every piece of this information is like on chain. So all of the work you're doing, it's like it's permanently recorded. So this is we have, and then impact measurement. This is another cool thing. Is like you can go look at all their activities and metrics. Here is like their GitHub activity. We have their on-chain activity. We pull from Dune. We pull from open source observer. So we have Etherscan integration. So you can pull like all of these things, and all the project has to do is just link their contracts and GitHub repositories, and we pull all of those and show. And from a community point of view, you can say like, okay, here's a community which has funded all these projects. And then you can see for each of that project, like program, you can filter by each program's impact, each project's impact, everything in this page. So this is the core of the product. This is useful for communities to keep tabs on all the funding they're giving out and what's the impact it's having. We even implemented this impact measurement framework called Common Impact Data Standard, which is getting a lot of traction in the traditional grants ecosystem in the philanthropic space. So we kind of implemented that, where you can say, okay, we funded this. Now, what are all the activities? Like, what did they do with the money? And what is the outcome of those, right? So you as an admin can go and configure these things. This is my outcome. This is my activities, the things I want to like track. So yeah, and then we are now expanding beyond just beyond impact measurement and accountability into the whole full stack funding platform. So Optimism is the first one which started using our platform. They can actually go configure these applications, so they can like configure this form. There's AI evaluation. So as you're filling out an application, you will get AI will evaluate and give you feedback to improve your application. So here's an example of an application, right? So you can see one of the Optimism grants. This was the application they filled out. This is the feedback it gave. This is the guidance it gives. We work with each ecosystem and building this comprehensive prompt, and then we iterate on this. So I just pulled up the stats before this call. The AI evaluation in the Optimism ecosystem, it's been used like 700 times in the last 1 month. So a lot of applications are coming. They're all like actually filling in the application, hitting evaluate, getting feedback, improving their application, which saves tons of time for application evaluators. So we even went and looked at last 1 month's data. It has saved them so much time. Like a lot of the ones which has like a score of like 2 or 3, you don't even have to spend too much time. You can just know like, okay, this is like, they're not going to get like, you can kind of like within few minutes just evaluate and just reject them. So as I said, like, yeah, we are now a full stack funding platform. But the core of this is like accountability and the milestone tracking and the visibility. I know that's a lot of things, but I would love to answer any questions.
Yeah, I love it, Mahesh. Thanks for presenting. And I think as a follow-up for like the round would be helpful is understanding how builders could potentially build upon Karma Gap. What are some pain points Karma has from a tooling perspective and things they'd like to see built? And maybe you just share anything there.
Yeah, I mean, the one thing I wanted to just bring up was we have now aggregated a lot of this data, a lot of these things. The next thing we want to build is like build more AI agents. In fact, I took a first stab at it. Graven is here. He knows they work with Good Dollar. So Good Dollar runs this program. So I'm one of the evaluator or voter. So I have like certain votes, and there's like this bunch of projects I have to evaluate. So I built this agent which takes their demo, takes the videos, watches that video, like transcript, looks at their Karma updates, puts all of those things and kind of scores them and like, okay, this is how much you should allocate to each of these things. Like it was like a pretty good first stab. So we want to like, I want to like dog food this and then kind of open it up to everyone, right? Like anyone who funds, like they should be able to use these AI agents. So that's coming.
Nice. Okay. I love that. And I just recently integrated with Karma and you know, it's on a project that I'm working on called Green Goods, which is a simple PWA to capture biodiversity and environmental action. And yeah, it was, you know, of course, any content development is tedious, but it was a lot easier just knowing that like, okay, it's using attestations. I understand that we built onto attestations as well. So it's a common language that we could share. And yeah, so that's the thing.
Yeah.
Another beauty. Yeah.
I mean, honestly, like a big shout out to Bryce and the whole EAS team, because like we're able to move fast. Like we can do a lot of these things just because it's like such a simple protocols. Like EAS attestations are like just amazing. So
yeah, I appreciate you hopping on and presenting, man.
Thanks for having me again.